All righty. Guys are back. News, reviews, updates, tidbits, factoids. A lot of things to get into a lot of things to get into today.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not cutting that. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the Current Era Pod, and comment down below. That's it. Monty, let's go. We got a lot to discuss.
All right. Last night was the 2024 Emmys. I'm not going to go through every award, but I do want to give some of the notable ones that we talk about on the pod some love. As we all know by now, Shogun, as I predicted, swept almost pretty much. They had a very big night, the show Shogun on FX, and they were the winners of the most outstanding drama series. No surprise there. In terms of outstanding lead actor, they won both for lead actor was Hiroyuki Sanada, who played Lord Toranaga. He was amazing. Lead actress, Anna Sawai, who played Lady Mariko. She was amazing as well in Shogun. Best supporting actor in a comedy series, they have Ebon Moss from The Bear, who's the upcoming Thing in the MCU. Cousin, yes. Outstanding lead actor in a comedy series, also from The Bear, was Jeremy Allen White. So The Bear and Shogun really had a lot of success last night. One that I really enjoyed was a supporting actress in a comedy series, which was Lisa Kolan-Zayas from The Bear. She played the character Tina. She, like Marcus, had her own individual episode this season 3, and she just shined. And so I'm happy she was able to get some love last night by winning that big award. So, yeah.
Both shows from Hulu and FX. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. We can jump into some other news now. Beetlejuice 2, or Beetlejuice, opens up with $110 million domestically. This is a huge success for the studio. It's funny, I was actually just reading something that Warner Brothers wanted to put this on Max first, and Tim Burton was frustrated and had some pushback, and they even reduced the budget. They was like, okay, well, we are going to put it in theater with a $150 million budget. So they reduced the budget to only $100 million. And so yes, it's been killing. It's the second best opening ever in September. It outgrossed the first film's global total in that one weekend, which is crazy.
Wow.
It's the third biggest domestic opening of 2024. And I think this is because this is what you call a 4-quadrant film. And for those who might be unsure what that means, it just means like it appeals to basically every quadrant of moviegoer, male, female, under 25 and over 25. So all ages and all genders. And then it's honestly a 5th quadrant as well, if you want to include like ethnicity and race. Black people want to see this. White people want to see this. Of course, Mexicans with the Hispanic community with the Jenna Ortega representation, stuff like that. So it really just hits every box there. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, Beetlejuice. Do you still have no interest in watching this?
I did watch it. I watched it last week.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So I can't wait for your review coming up soon. Ian McKellen. Of course, as we know him as Magneto in the older X-Men mix, or Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White in the Lord of the Rings films. He says that The Hunt for Gollum will be split into 2 different films. So this is the new Lord of the Rings film directed by Andy Serkis. It's such a full circle moment because he played Gollum in the original movies. Now he's doing the direction of these movies. So Lord of the Rings fans, we have some more content coming soon. As I always say, let's try to convince Julian to please watch those movies because they're fucking amazing. James McAvoy says that Joaquin Phoenix was supposed to star in M. Night Shyamalan's Split. The quote was, "I think he ditched it 2 weeks before shooting. It was really last minute." This is kind of on brand for Joaquin. He's been known for dropping out of projects last minute. But honestly, even though we all know James McAvoy destroyed that role, I could have seen Joaquin Phoenix doing an amazing job as well.
I agree.
What do you think about that?
No, I totally agree. As soon as you said that, I was just like, I'm sure Joaquin Phoenix would have done fine. But
yeah,
whatever.
He probably would have knocked out. But I love James McAvoy. I love what he did with that role.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's talk some reviews then. I watched 3 movies. I didn't finish any shows. Did you watch any shows or finish any besides Beetlejuice?
I didn't finish any shows. I did watch the first episode of
Fight Night.
There it is. Thank you. Jesus, I totally blanked on what the fuck it was called. I haven't finished it yet. Yeah, that whatever. And then I watched Beetlejuice, and Speak No Evil. So let's talk.
Nice. Okay, I saw Speak No Evil as well, and I'll do my Killer's Game review, and then I wanted your Beetlejuice review. The Killer's Game is the new movie starring Dave Bautista and Sophia Boutella, who I like her and like everything she's in, even though I'm not a big fan of the Rebel Moon movies. Don't blame her at all. She's always just a badass in everything that she's been in. So as I said, when I watched the trailer, I really enjoyed just seeing her be a lady. She
Real quick.
was just a girl. Yeah.
Real quick. I'm sorry. I wanted to say this before you gave your thoughts on this movie. Um, I want to see this movie. I am probably going to go to the theater to see this movie. However, I am very surprised that this is not on streaming, and that's based solely on the trailer. I was just like, this just feels like an Amazon Prime release. I'm hoping that your review is going to sway me because honestly, that's what I'm expecting is like an Amazon Prime that they were just like, no, Dave Bautista, put him in theater. So yeah, I'm actually very excited to hear your view on this. I hope you can change my mind.
Okay. Yeah. So Sophia Boutella, she
No
just
pressure.
gets to be a girl. Love that. Love that for her. Dave Bautista. We got Ben Kingsley. We got Palm from Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. Really big cast. Terry Crews. Really good to see him.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, as you just said, I think I said this during the review for the trailer. I'm like, this seems like such a streaming movie. It just doesn't have that theatrical feel to it, and that's pretty much lived up to that. It felt like a streaming movie. This is a movie that, unless you love Dave Bautista, unless you just love the action genre, I would never say go rush to the theaters and spend your hard on money to go watch this. Wait till it comes on streaming, and inevitably in about 2 months from now.
2 months. 2
I'm
weeks.
just saying. This is honestly just another one of John Wick's many illegitimate children. It's like the actual plot of this film. I'm not going to spoil anything. It's just literally Dave Bautista's excommunicado, essentially, and I'll leave it at that. All the assassins want his head. Yep. I'm like, wow, that they really like John Wick. Like, okay, cool. I will say this though, the movie does have some positives to it for sure. It's one of those movies that it values a good character introduction because they have all these little wacky zany assassins in this movie, and they all get like these really cool like introduction to like their characters, like with like their name underneath the
like how One Piece did.
Yeah, well, what to me, a one that I love is like from Transformers 2, actually, which is remember when they showed all the new Decepticons? I don't know if you remember that. They had like their names at the bottom of the screen. Like I love that kind of shit. Unfortunately, the coolness kind of ended after the introduction. A lot of them are off immediately.
Got it.
Another cool part of the movie to me is that it's stylistic in terms of its blood choice. Like at first I was like, I hate when blood is like not practical. You can tell the blood is just like super splattery everywhere, like CG. And at first that bothered me, but as the movie went on, I was like, okay, that's definitely like an artistic choice. And I kind of grew on me as the movie went on. And it's also super funny to me how in these movies, whether it be The Rock or Dave Bautista or John Cena, like any of these wrestler turned actors, they always make them superhumanly strong for no reason. Like they all have the super soldier serum.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Dave Bautista, it's nothing for him to go flying through a cement wall and walk it off. Like I'm like, are you going to explain? Like, is he stronger than everybody else? Like, it's just he just has the superhuman strength like they all do in these kind of movies. And honestly, Dave Bautista is my biggest complaint with the movie. Like, I mean, I love Dave Bautista. You know, I always advocate for him. I always say he's better than The Rock or whatever. He just seemed like he was just out of it. He just seemed bored going through the motions, and I've never seen him phone in a performance. He always goes for it no matter what kind of movie he's in. So that was the only thing that really surprised me. Overall, though, I think it has some really cool elements. Like I said, if you're a fan of the action genre, there's some things that you can enjoy for sure. But it's nothing got to go rush to see. It's nothing you haven't seen before. I give the Killer's Game, I give it a C.
You know, it's funny to me that he would even take this kind of role because, I mean, even 5 years ago, he was like ducking anything to do with being a meathead and being an action star because he wants to be an actor. So like, it's really weird that he decided to even do this. But yeah, I'm not going to go to the theater to see this now. Thanks.
Oh, really? Oh,
Why would I waste my life? No, you're not. No. I mean, sorry. You don't have to be sorry because this was literally what I was thinking anyway. I'm just save myself a trip. So yeah.
He did mention in a recent interview how he's like lost so much weight. Like he was like walking around at 300. He said he was the biggest he ever been to like Knock at the Cabin. And now he's like 250, which for him is small. He's 6'4". I mean, he's still like a crazy physicality on screen, amazing stature. But yeah, he said he just feels a lot better and he's probably going to continue to keep losing weight. So yeah.
I don't like it.
So please give me your Beetlejuice review.
Yeah.
And what made you go finally see it?
Well, as I've said since this movie got announced, I had no interest in seeing this movie. I watched the original when I was like 25, 26. I didn't like it. I was just like, what the fuck is this? This has literally nothing for me. And honestly, obviously, I am in the minority. I know that everybody that saw this movie when they were kids loved this movie. They grew up with it. This movie has, nostalgia. This movie is so nostalgic for everyone. Well, it's not for me, goddammit. So I didn't care that the sequel was coming out. I didn't care that Tim Burton and Michael Keaton were back together doing it again, I didn't care. I didn't care that they got.
36 years later.
I didn't care. I didn't care that Winona Ryder was coming back. I didn't care. I didn't care that they added Jenna Ortega. I didn't care. However, my wife, she wanted to see this movie so fucking bad. So we went. We saw it. And neither one of us liked it. So, like, I wasted my time. Again, it was just like...
Did Avi enjoy the first one?
She loves the first one. She loves the first one. She saw it when she was a little girl. It's something that her and her mom bond over. Her mom went to go see it. They couldn't wait to talk about it. And we both walked out of the theater. We were just like, nah. However, I will give the film credit for a few things. I will say that it felt very on brand. It felt very 90s-y, which to me is a good thing. Like as a millennial, as somebody that was born in the 90s and grew up on that type of, art, like I could recognize it, and it felt good to see it on screen. I felt like, honestly, it was a breath of fresh air. Like I feel like I haven't seen it. I mean, obviously we're in 2024, but I haven't seen like this style of filmmaking in a while, where it's just like overly wacky and like eyes bulging out, and there's all this like insane gore, and it's just like, okay, cool, like sure. Beetlejuice as a character does nothing for me. I'm sorry. He's supposed to be the star of the show. Unfortunately, he just doesn't mean anything to me. He didn't bring anything extra to me. I had the most fun in this movie when Catherine O'Hara was on the film, and that's really sad.
Hilarious.
She was so
hilarious.
good in this. She still to this day to me has one of the best fucking screams ever. Like I love her. Jenna Ortega, I don't know why she agreed to do this. I guess just because she's on her spooky shit now, like Melissa Barrera. So like everything she has to do has to be spooky. But she didn't need to be in this movie. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I mean, it's like you
why?
said.
Why didn't you like it? Just curious.
It's like you said. The first hour of this movie could go to hell. Like it was boring, snooze fest, boring. Once things started to get going in terms of the plot, and we got all the the mysticism and the monsters or whatever, it was fine. But like it wasn't nothing that I should have like put out in my schedule and bought tickets. Went to the movies to see. But again, like I understand that I am in the minority. Like if you went to see this movie because part one meant something to you, and 36 years later you were like, I've got to see the sequel. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm not one of those people. I admitted that. I thought my wife would enjoy it. So to hear that she wasn't a huge fan of it either, I was just like, great. Wasted Thursday night. But whatever. That happens often, unfortunately. So Beetlejuice.
Two things I want to ask you. Was the Soul Train bit hilarious? To me, that was hilarious. Did that make you chuckle at all? Not really?
No, because you spoiled it for me. So no.
I mean, I didn't give any context. All I said was there's a Soul Train reference. I didn't say any context to what was going on.
Yeah, that's a spoiler. So yeah, anyway. Once I saw the scene and I was like, okay, this doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay.
What was your second question?
And wasn't Monica Bellucci fine as hell?
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean,
she dates Tim Burton in real life.
Oh, okay. I don't care. But yeah, she fine.
Yeah.
She fine.
Yeah. I got a role for you, baby. It's not going to amount to anything, but here's a role.
Literally not. No.
Okay. Next review is for Uglies, guys. This is the new movie streaming on Netflix, starring Joey King, Chase Stokes of Outer Banks fame, Keith Powers, Laverne Cox, and others. I thought I really wanted another YA adaptation movie. For those who don't know, YA means young adult adaptation movie in the vein of like Divergent, Hunger Games. That era when we had so many of those pumped out every single year. I was like, yes, man. I kind of missed that nostalgia. Like I want that void field of like that feeling again. And I was wrong as hell. I didn't need another YA movie, guys. At 30 years old, I just don't need another one ever.
Okay.
This one, oh my God. So a movie called Uglies, basic plot of the film. Somehow in the future, the way to solve countries going into war is to make everybody pretty. So basically at 16 years old, everybody gets this operation to turn them from ugly to beautiful. And that way, if everybody's beautiful, there's no war, there's no conflict. Sure, that logic, whatever. YA logic, right? Okay. Ironic, though, how in a movie called Uglies, they cast the most conventionally attractive people ever to be the uglies. And then when they get transitioning from the ugly to pretty, like Chase Stokes' character, for example, all they did was put highlights in this nigga's hair and slicked his hair back, and now he's pretty. Like, I'm nitpicking because this movie annoyed me so much at the fact that I would have probably loved this if I was in sixth grade. And I'm just now that I'm older, it just pisses me off. Like now, like I have to go back and watch Divergent, Maze Runner. Like, were these movies actually fucking good? Because they all follow the exact same tropes. Um, also, like I thought a way adaptation would be like this would be like a more like along the lines of like one of the like more mature ones, like Maze Runner, which I enjoyed the first Maze Runner. I really enjoyed all three, to be honest. But this is definitely more of a kiddie YA adaptation, so like more like in the veins of like The Darkest Minds, which came out a couple years ago with Amanda Stenlenberg. I don't know if you ever saw that one, but this is like just not for my demographic, which is okay. But I can still recognize it's still a bad movie, whether it's for me or not. I feel like this is for like sixth grade girls who maybe struggle with their looks or insecurities about that. And maybe if they have no kind of exposure to other YA movies, this could be the one that be like, okay, this is kind of good. Um, this movie, this movie threatened me by ending it off on a cliffhanger. I was like, how dare you fucking end this bullshit off on a cliffhanger, teasing a sequel that I will probably be watching because I'm somewhat invested now. I hate myself for that. But yeah, this movie is a D. It's bad.
Damn.
It's like an amalgamation of every single YA movie ever made, and they put it through Chat GPT plus that Netflix machine. Like that's like a match made in hell, and we get this. So Uglies is a D for me. A pretty bad film, and the internet seems to be agreeing. Next review is one I really want to get into. Last review here, guys, is for Speak No Evil. Please give me your thoughts on this film.
Yeah, man. Starring James McAvoy. Welcome back. You know, the first thing I want to say about this is James McAvoy doesn't have anything to prove to me. Like he, he literally has no reason to like be good in anything else anymore. That's just my opinion. But he was like, he saw this script, he was like, "Bitch, I'm in." Like, boy, could you tell? Because he was in basically every fucking scene, and he carried this fucking movie, man. He was amazing in this, in my opinion. I you know, typically in films like this, especially that are so heavily promoted, I'm not sure how it is at how it was at AMC, because you know, for our listeners, Mondi only exclusively goes to AMC. I tried not to just exclusively go anywhere. I mean, I guess it really just depends on, you know, what's showing when I have time.
Do
But
you
anyway,
have both memberships to Regal and AMC?
no, I used to, but I don't anymore.
Okay.
But anyway, this movie has been heavily promoted for like the past 3 or 4 months. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen this trailer more than I've seen like the Mission Impossible trailer. Like when theaters were coming back. And for those of you that know, that shit was everywhere. Anyway, yeah, man. Look, I mean, look, the basic premise of this film is, you know, family gets taken advantage of. They go to a friend's house that they meet. Things are not what they seem, and chaos ensues. So, I mean, it's the actual plot isn't anything that we haven't seen before, but I think that there were a few things that this film did well, where some other films may have missteps. Uh, One of the things is obviously casting James McAvoy. Him just being like the central. I mean, I don't want to call him a villain, but like just like this central guy.
Definitely a villain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, ultimately. But to me, and like, okay, the reason I bring this up is because you know we're all waiting for like we're all waiting for like the why essentially. And I loved his reason. Like, I'm not going to give the reason away, but I loved it because it was just like, I get it. Like, yeah, like yeah, like I totally got the reason. Like that was like a really big point in the film for me. I was like, okay, great. Because a lot of times people try to have these over fucking complicated reasons, or like, oh my God, like if you do this and you do that, and then now it all makes sense. And he was just like, okay. I actually enjoyed the build up to this film more than I did like the actual fallout of it, which typically I wouldn't. But like the build up was just so interesting because of this, just the dynamics of the characters. And you know, the fallout was cool too, obviously. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. I gave this movie a B. I thought that there were some interesting points that they covered in the film, which I'm not sure I want to give away either. But yeah, I enjoyed it. This is the best movie I saw this week out of the 2.5 things I saw. So yeah, Speak No Evil, highly recommend. I think this is one of those films that if you go see with your family, you'll have a lot to discuss. I highly recommend that people go watch this movie in theaters. Speak no evil. My theater was packed, by the way, which is weird. I was like, random fucking James McAvoy movie. Okay, my theater was packed on a Saturday night in Las Vegas. Niggas had nothing better to do. So, Mondi, let me hear your thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, this is actually a remake, guys, of a 2022 Danish film. So now I'm kind of interested to watch that one as well. This comes from Blumhouse, who I'm not going to lie, Blumhouse has been destroying their reputation as of lately to me. Like there was a point when like Blumhouse was like a prestigious studio. Like, I would be like, yes, Blumhouse, I'm looking forward to it. As of lately, I almost look at Blumhouse as like a joke. So this might put them back on the right. This is definitely putting them back on the right track, in my opinion. This was just a fantastic, fantastic movie, in my opinion. As you said, James McAvoy is just such a dominant presence on screen. It's like he's too good. Like he's
He
too
is.
good. He literally has everything that an actor would need. He has the nuance. He has the subtlety. He has the big moments he can go for. He has the physicality. Like he just has everything. I mean, there's no holes in his game.
Real quick. I want to shout out the director of the film, who's obviously I can't remember, but um, it takes a good director to know when you have a great actor and like to let that actor just go.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of moments in the film where other directors would either cut or move to another scene or whatever. Where in this film, the camera just stayed on James McAvoy, and he would just do a little something where you're just like, oh, this nigga's crazy. Like, no, I love that. I love that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, he's literally one of the best working actors in Hollywood today.
I agree.
And so is I mean, this is kind of random, but so is Michael Fassbender, which is so great why the X-Men franchise was able to get both of them together as Magneto
Yeah.
and Charles Xavier. Anyway, but you mentioned only him, but I thought the entire cast was really amazing. I mean, it's a
I
really
agree.
tight knit cast. In particular, the standouts for me were Mackenzie Davis, who plays the wife of the other husband. She was amazing in the film, and both child actors were amazing. In particular, the boy, I believe his name is Dan Hugh.
Big
That
energy.
little kid, man. That little kid. He sold everything without any lines of dialogue, and that ending performance that he did, man, I got chills.
I
I
wanted to
look
talk
forward to.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
What did
I'm
you
not going to
think
spoil
about
it.
the choice? About the choice, because typically they don't give kids that moment in cinema. So like,
I loved it. It was powerful. I don't want to spoil anything. We can talk off the screen or whatever, but
yeah,
yeah, I thought it was powerful. And yeah, and it kind of reminded me of like this film tonality wise, like if like Blumhouse had like a way to like make their own take on the White Lotus series. I don't think you watched that. It's a really great series on Max, but it really just plays with like human interactions and human dynamics and like how we are kind of conditioned in 2024 to just like go with the flow and be nice to people and not let people not let people see that we're uncomfortable. And
yeah.
James McAvoy just he preys on that, and I
Mm-hmm.
love that. He's like literally like a wolf or like a spider. He just preys on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love the dynamic reversal as well, the husband and wife opposite of James McAvoy, because she was like the dominant
Mm-hmm.
figure,
This
and the husband
was
kept frustrating me. I was like, man, what's going on? Like, you a bitch.
this
But
was
I
a
love that.
this was a big point that me and Avi were talking about throughout the film, and I honestly. I was like, is this how women feel like all the time? Like in
Right.
movies anyway, because there's always been this big complaint for women that like in most movies and modern media they're portrayed as just as nothing, or at the very least they're just a damsel in distress. And
Incompetent.
yeah, and like that's exactly what this guy was. And she was the man, so to speak. So like I thought it was a great switch of dynamics for sure.
Yeah, I love that. And like you said, this is a great movie to watch with your family members and friends because I'm a very reserved moviegoer. I don't do too much in the theater, but I was like, oh hell no, a couple times. Like,
Oh no.
I know. I'm sorry. I watched this movie with my mom as well. I brought her because I brought her
Okay.
with Deja to go watch it, and we were just having a full blown conversation. Like, and I hate stuff like that typically, but
Hmm.
this movie, it kind of invokes you want to talk about it. Like, what would you do in a situation like?
Hmm.
And those are the best kind of movies. And to me, I agree with what you said. Like the buildup was almost more satisfactory than the payoff, but I thought they were both equally very very intriguing and interesting.
For sure.
But I did love the build up. I like typically like when movies like, okay, here's the build. Okay, what's gonna happen? Like I'm like, no, like let's stay with the build up. I'm just so excited to see how far can he push these people to the
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
This was A for me, man. This was a
Hey,
fantastic. This ended up being one of the best movies of the year for me easily.
wow.
Blumhouse back, bitch. So yeah, I love this movie. Man. It was guys. Please watch this. If I can recommend anything for you guys out of these reviews, watch Speaking of Evil.
It's not often that a movie actually, has a great promotional run and actually pays off. So, yeah, guys, I highly recommend this. This is a really good movie.
Yeah, great film. Let's talk some trailers. We have the trailer for HBO's newest show called The Franchise. It's a satire series on the making of superhero films. It's premiering October 6th. What are your thoughts? As people who like superhero content like we do, does this appeal to you?
No, I don't like this.
Me either.
Yeah, don't you make fun of what I like, bitch. No. I saw this and immediately, like, I was just like, how fucking dare you? I'm not watching this. I'm not supporting this. I hope this doesn't get a season 2.
Yeah, on paper, man, this is like something I would love, I guess. But based on the trailer, I haven't seen the show, obviously, but nothing stood out. Nothing was interesting. It's funny though. There was obviously a Kevin Feige reference. There was like an overseer, a guy with a hat on, making all the decisions. I thought that was kind of funny. And the actor who plays Baron Zemo, I forgot his name. He's actually in the show. So that's kind of meta. But yeah, other than that, man, I need to hear more about this. And if people say anything about it, maybe I'll check it out. But it's got all the ingredients for me to want to watch this. But based on the trailer, I was just like, that's whatever. We have the trailer now for movie trailers for The Apprentice, which is starring Sebastian Stan, biopic on Donald Trump, in theaters October 11th. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this didn't mean anything to me. Sebastian Stan, I guess, looks like him, but other than that, I don't care about this. Sorry.
Yeah, right. I mean, people say he like everybody. They say he like Luke Skywalker. They say he like Donald Trump. He's got a face, I guess. I can. Yeah. I thought I would want to see this based on before I saw the trailer. Okay, I would want to see a Trump biopic, sure. After watching the trailer, it didn't. I don't know. Nothing kind of stood out for me either. I think I might pass on this one. It looks kind of artsy as well, which is interesting. I'm like, is A24 doing this here or some shit? We have the trailer for Your Monster, starring another spooky queen, Melissa Barrera.
Yeah,
in theaters October 25th. She finds a monster in her closet or something like that, and they become friends, something like that. It's like a Beauty and the Beast revamp, I guess. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
This is another attempt at them trying to get people into the theater, dealing with imagination. Clearly, she's going through something very traumatic. She's lost the love of her life. Or she didn't lose him; they ain't dead, but he just broke up with her. And her imagination or whatever drug she's on, I'm sure, is just making her see this beast.
Oh, the monster isn't real, you don't think?
No.
And you are very pessimistic because you say the same thing about Night Bitch, how she's not really turning into a dog. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here believing all that shit.
She's not. But look, that's part of my point. The marketing is trying to make us believe that these things are actually happening, but I'm seeing through it. Melissa Barrera,
what the fuck are you? The Watcher, nigga?
Melissa Barrera, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. I'm not watching this. I'm not supporting this. You're better than this. Yeah, Monty, tell me, what do you think about this?
Yeah, this another one, guys. 3 for 3. I just don't care to watch this. Now I like Melissa Barrera. The concept seems cool, I guess, but based on the trailer, nothing kind of made my eyes. And guys, I'll watch almost damn near anything. So if I don't want to watch,
you will.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
No, you will.
If I don't want to watch something, it's very telling. I think if I say so myself. Anyway. Let's talk some Marvel news. Destin Daniel Cretton is set to direct Spider-Man 4. This guy has a lot on his plate. He's also doing Shang-Chi 2, and he's doing the Naruto live-action film as well. How do you feel about the Kevin Feige calling him to do Spider-Man 4? This kind of caught me off guard, I'm not going to
lie. I'm not sure how I feel about it, honestly. I think people are overreacting. People are like, oh, we're going to have Kung Fu scene in Spider-Man 4. You're probably not. Like, let's pump the brakes on that. But yeah, I mean, look, I was one of those people that loved Shang-Chi. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies ever. But I'm not sure how well that can transfer to Spider-Man. I think one of the things that made Shang-Chi great was the fact that it it had the representation in front and behind the lenses. So I'm not sure like how that's going to transfer to Spider-Man or if it's going to matter at all. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I'll say this: it's good that I'm pessimistic because that means it's going to be easier to please me. So yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the biggest fan of this. It's interesting how Marvel just seemed to give Destin Daniel Cretton the keys after Shang-Chi. I didn't love it as much as you did. I liked it a lot. The third act really just kind of ruined. I thought it was a really good movie up until the third act. They like Kevin Feige was willing to give this guy the new Avengers movie, if you remember Kang Dynasty, but he dropped out of that. Like Kevin Feige was like, yeah, like take over. And I'm like, after Shang-Chi, you want to get this guy the keys?
I mean,
Guys, Spider-Man 4 can end up being amazing. But as of right now, I just don't see why he was chosen. I'd almost say stick with John Watts as opposed to this. But
fuck
and I never shit on John. Like John Watts, I don't think he makes bad Spider-Man movies at all. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. The Marvel Studios X-Men reboot film will reportedly not include Wolverine. The reason is that Hugh Jackman will continue to play the role even after Avengers: Secret Wars. You call this?
Wait, what? After Avengers: Secret Wars? What? Okay.
Until he's 90. Yeah. I mean, I hate this decision, honestly. I love Hugh Jackman. I think he's one of the most best casted superheroes of all time. But this is just ridiculous to me. And go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I can't believe that this is true. I mean, it doesn't make much sense. Like, I mean, all I wanted was, the moment with everybody standing together. But, okay, sure. Hugh Jackman forever. Whatever. Hugh Jackman from when I was, X-Men came out in 2000 when I was fucking 7. So when I'm fucking 57, bitch. Let's do it. Like, I don't care. Whatever.
How would you feel about a standalone Wolverine movie within the MCU?
He deserves it. If there's anybody that deserves it, it's him. So let's do it. I'm down for it. That'll be their opening night.
All right. Let's talk some video game news. The PS5 Pro has been revealed.
Yeah.
Audiences don't seem to be happy.
Yeah, they don't.
It's got a larger GPU, whatever that means. It's got advanced ray tracing, whatever that means. And it's got AI-driven upscaling, whatever the fuck that means. Mm-hmm. It's releasing on November 7th for $699.99.
Yeah.
As a gamer, what are your thoughts?
Well, I evolved into PC gaming years ago, so this doesn't matter to me at all.
You're in final form now?
Yeah, I am in my final form. I mean, look, I have a regular PS5. My PS5 can literally play anything, so this doesn't matter to me at all. I think people online are overreacting, but realistically, if you got a regular PS5, you're fine. You don't have to get a fucking PS5 Pro. It's not going to make your game look any different, I promise. Well, that's a lie because it will make your game look different, but not different to where like you can like actually visibly notice. Okay, that's probably a lie too, but
you don't want a larger GPU, bro. Whatever that fuck that means.
Yeah, realistically, this doesn't matter. I mean, I feel like
advanced ray tracing.
I feel like most people have a PS5 at this point, so it's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, let's talk about what's coming out. What's out here right now is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is now streaming on Prime Video.
The fuck is this?
This is the new Puss in Boots movie that came out like last year.
Oh,
people love this movie, like to the point where I literally didn't watch it in theaters. I don't want to see this, but then people loved it so much I watched it and I thought it was okay. But yeah, if you haven't watched the latest Puss in Boots movie, it's now streaming on Prime Video. Also, Civil War from Alex Garland, A24, is now streaming on Max. I really enjoyed the film. I think you just kind of liked it a little bit, right?
This Kirsten Dunst Civil War?
Yeah.
I think I gave it a B, C minus, C plus, B, somewhere around there. Yeah, it was fine.
Okay, yeah, it's now streaming on Max for those who didn't catch it in theaters. Civil War. Emily in Paris has been renewed for season 5 on Netflix. I know people who watch this. I don't watch it, but for people who watch it, there you go. Also, Ice Age 6 is in the works at Disney. I didn't know they were the part 5. So this is interesting. Ice Age 6. I used to love these movies. Maybe it's time for a stroll down memory lane, but does this mean anything to you?
Not at all. Have fun. Have fucking fun.
Stephanie Naldoni, the English voice of young Goku in Dragon Ball GT, is reportedly reprising her role in Dragon Ball Daima.
Yeah.
You tagged me in this, so this must mean something to you?
Man, this is awesome. First of all, I'm not sure why that report specifically said Dragon Ball GT. That was really weird. She's done she's done the voice of Kid Goku in Dragon Ball. She did Gohan in Dragon Ball Z, and she did do Goku again in Dragon Ball GT, I guess. But anyway, yeah, like for my entire lifetime, she's been the definitive voice for Kid Goku, like, and Gohan, obviously. So, she stepped away for whatever reason when they did Dragon Ball Z Kai, and they recasted the voice actor Colleen something that does Luffy. And it just never sounded right. I never liked it. I was just like, why are we doing this? You brought back Sean Schemmel, you brought back Chris Sabat. Why not bring back Stephanie as well? But they didn't. Whatever. So yeah, this is great news. This makes me want to watch the Daima dub just to hear her voice again. I will say the Daima animation, it's a little what they call in Japan like chibi. I don't know if you remember, like 10 or 15 years ago, they released like a Naruto chibi anime series with Rock Lee. It's essentially just like the adult characters, but they're like
scaled down.
Yeah, like to appeal to little kids instead of actually being kids. They're like adults. Like it's really weird. Anyway, I'm not sure why the animation is doing that instead of just making them kids again, which is what they did in GT. Well, I guess maybe they're just trying to be different because that's what they did in GT. I don't know. But anyway, the animation, it is kind of bothering me. I'm honestly not expecting literally anything from this Diamond series. I'm expecting to watch it, forget about it, and that's it. I'm not expecting anything significant to happen, even though Akira Toriyama wrote it. Sorry, Akira. But yeah, shout out to Stephanie. Welcome back.
Welcome back, bitch. Last bit of news. Rest in peace to James Earl Jones, who has sadly passed away.
What is wrong with you, nigga?
I'm only laughing, guys. You guys need context. I'm only laughing because I'm anticipating what he's about to do. For all seriousness, rest in peace to James Earl Jones, who passed away at age 93. A fucking legend. Of course, all the fanboys. Oh, he's Mufasa. He's Darth Vader. But guys, he's been so much more than that in his career. He was so important to just the movement of black people in Hollywood. Denzel has noted him as a huge inspiration. He wanted to be like him, he said, growing up. He's inspired so many. Yeah, James Earl Jones is really truly a legend, man. This is a big. I mean, he's 93. Hopefully, he passed away because of natural causes or whatever. But he lived a great life, man. He's a true legend within Hollywood. What the fuck is he laughing at? I hate this guy.
Yeah, James Earl Jones. Why do you? First of all, Monty, can we do this at the beginning of the fucking pod, bitch? Why don't we to fucking end the pod on?
What's the difference? What's the difference? I don't understand.
Yeah, James Earl Jones, man, absolute legend. 93 had to be natural causes. Like, what else could it possibly be? And yeah, I mean, 93. That's a long life. So, shout out to him and his white wife, James Earl Jones.
Remember who you are. Where is James?
Real quick.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, real quick.
Was that not tasteful?
I know. I don't know what the fuck that was. Real quick. The Mufasa movie that's coming out later this year, the live action. So originally when
Aaron Pierre is voicing him.
Who?
Aaron Pierre, the guy from Rebel Ridge and Mid-Size Sedan from Old.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm assuming you've seen the latest trailer for it. Where, like,
I haven't.
No, this is like a month or 2 month old trailer.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So like we're like they're like him and Scar are going on an adventure, and then like eventually, Mufasa is gonna like steal his kingdom or some shit. Like, are we just like retconning what actually happened? Because there's like lore involved in this. I'm confused.
Are you referring to Lion King 2, Simba's Pride?
I am.
Deception.
Disgrace.
I'm so mad that Lion King 2 didn't get more recognition, but
it's a movie.
I guess they are. Yeah, I guess they are retconning, because in that movie, Scar was literally just adopted, right?
Yes. Yeah, he was the one that was adopted. So it was Mufasa's like throne all along, but it seems like they're kind of like reversing the roles here. So
I guess straight to VHS movies don't really count as canon, I guess, in the Disney vault.
Damn. Okay.
But guys, watch Lion King 2. Simba's Pride. Also watch Lion King 1.5. Is also a great movie. Lion King told from the POV of Timon and Pumbaa. Love that movie as well.
Yeah. All right, guys. Look, like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the Current Era Pod. How many fucking subscribers do we have? 41, hopefully, by the time this uploads. Thank you, Mike.
39. Thank you. Cool, cool. All right. Whenever you do, just let me know so I can start doing a little social media shit for it. All right, cool. Bye.